exciting, Stinky, and I remember when I was at school they used to have show and tell and I really used to enjoy it. What's that? Did they have that all that long time ago? Oh, Stinky, I'm not that old, dear. And yes, they did have show and tell when I was a girl at school and I used to really enjoy it. Oh, it's the Poppets. Hello, Poppets, mums and dads, and welcome back to story time once again. Well, Stinky and I were just having a little chat about our very busy week, and Stinky has just been telling me about all the things that he's been getting up to at school, and he's been telling me about show and tell, because like a lot of boys and girls, he has show and tell a couple of times a week in his classroom. And he was telling me about one boy, of course, who brought in a large shell collection that he had, and he was showing that for show and tell. And the teacher got this boy to pass his shell collection around, so all the boys and girls got to have a look at the shells and got to feel them to see what they're like. But this boy, according to Stinky, got quite cross, and he didn't like sharing his collection with the other boys and girls. And he was quite unhappy about it, wasn't he, Stinky? Yes, so you were telling me. And Stinky, sometimes it's not easy, is it, sharing your things or sharing a special collection like that boy's shells? What's that? You don't like sharing your toys with Bo? Yes, I know. Sometimes it is hard to share your things, Stinky. But sometimes if you do share your things, like your toys or things that are quite special, you find you have a lot more fun if you do. Well, speaking of shells, my dear Poppets, today's story is called Sharing a Shell. This does look like a good one, I have to say. And I also have to mention that today's story is a book request. So thank you, Jessica, for this book request. We have read this one before, and I'm quite looking forward to reading this one again, because I love book requests, as you know. Yes, sharing a shell, and I think it's very, very fitting for today, Stinky, don't you? Yes, I'm looking forward to reading this again. Well, Stinky, if you get nice and comfy, dear, we can crack on with today's story, all right then? Yes, good boy. Sharing a shell, and it does look like another good one. I have to say, it's been quite a long time since I've read this one, but I do remember reading it quite early on in story time, so it will be good to read it again. Look, a crab with no shell, running along by the sea. Tap, tap, tap. You can't come in, you can't share a shell with me. Or me, or me, or me. Well, there's Crab there, and I do believe he's looking for a shell of his own. And some other sea creatures there looking rather unimpressed, I have to say. Yes, not happy at all. Yes, and when you do go to the beach, often in the rock pools, you see lots of different sea creatures. You certainly do. Look, a gull with a wide open beak. Run for your life, crab, hide. At last in a pool, an empty shell. Quick, crab, scuttle inside. One crab safe in his shell, under the summer sun, roaming all over the rock pool in his wonderful home for one. Well, there he is there, and he's feeling a lot happier now in the lovely cool rock pool there, and he has his very own shell. So he's very, very happy to have his shell. Yes, I do like shells. They're very, very pretty. Yes, very pretty indeed. Look, a blob, a bright purple blob. What can this blob thing be? Go away, blob, whoever you are, you can't share a shell with me. I'm an anemone, not a blob. Please let me share your shell. Give me a ride to look for some food, and perhaps I can help you as well. Well, there he is there, and he wants to hitch a ride on the crab's shell. Perhaps they'll become friends, I don't know. He does look very, very friendly, doesn't he? With a big smile on his face. So perhaps they will become friends. Look, a fish with jaws open wide. Fresh crab for dinner, he goes. Out shoots a tentacle, quick as a flash, stinging the fish on the nose. Well, there he is there, a great big green fish with lots of sharp, pointy teeth. Well, he doesn't look very friendly at all. And I think the crab needs to look out. Yes, I think I'd be off in the other direction if I saw him coming along, swimming along. Two friends sharing a shell under a sky of blue, romping all over the rock pool in their wonderful home for two. Well, there they are, still happy as can be, the crab and the anemone. Happy as can be, sharing the shell. And I think they have become quite good friends, which is wonderful. Look, a brush thing trying to get in, wriggling and making a fuss. Go away, brush, whoever you are, you can't share a shell with us. I'm not a brush, I'm a bristleworm. Please let me in, don't be mean. I love doing housework, I'll suck up the scraps and keep the shell lovely and clean. Well, there he is there, the worm there, with lots and lots of bristles there, and he wants to move into the shell as well. And he said, I'll clean up the scraps and keep the shell lovely and clean. And perhaps he will. And then they will have another friend. Three friends sharing a shell down by the sparkling sea, frolicking all around the rock pool in their wonderful home for three. And there they are there, all together there in the rock pool, swimming along happy. The lovely, lovely, cool rock pool. But look how they've grown. The shell is too small. You're getting too heavy, says Crab. I'm fed up with being your taxi. It's time that I found you a new cab. Really, says Blob, how ungrateful. Here I am slaving away, scaring off all the fierce fishes. If that's how you feel, I won't stay. Well, there's Blob, and now he's feeling rather sad because Crab is getting rather cross and he wants him to move out of the shell because now it's quite squishy and there's not enough room. So he wants him out of there. Peace, cries Brush, but nobody hears. The other two creatures split up. Blob finds an empty ice cream tub. Crab finds a nice paper cup. Crab in the cup, Blob on the tub. Each one pretends to be glad. Brush, doing both lots of housework, knows they are lonely and sad. Well, they've had an argument and they've gone their separate ways, but they're not very happy at all because I think secretly they are missing each other's company. Yes, a bit like Stinky and Bo, I think, when they have a fight or an argument, which they tend to do quite a lot, I have to say. Look, a storm, a terrible storm, crashing and flashing all night. Two homes smashed on the rocks. Oh, what a terrible sight. And there they are there, and their homes that they had have been destroyed by all the waves and the terrible storm, so now they don't have a home at all. What on earth are they going to do? I do not know. But look, a shell, a beautiful shell. Crab and anemone stare. Too shy to speak to each other, too proud to say, shall we share? Yes, because sharing is always the best way. Listen, a voice, and out pokes a head from a wilk shell washed up by the foam. It's ready, I've done all the housework. Climb in and come in. Welcome home. And he's saying, welcome home. How about that? Wonderful. Yes, I think they should forget about their silly argument and be friends again, because that is the best thing to do, I think. Three friends sharing a shell, happy as housemates can be, rocketing all around the rock pool in their wonderful home for three. And there they are, friends again, and they're happy once more. And I'm very pleased to hear that, I have to say. It's good to have friends. Wonderful. The end. And on the last page there, we've got the lovely ocean there and a night sky with the moon. And that was called Sharing a Shell. A very good story, I have to say. Yes, I did enjoy reading that again very, very much. So thank you, Jessica, for that book request. I did enjoy that very, very much. Well, my dear Poppets, we have come to the end of story time once again, so I'll have a chat to Stinky. Oh, he's snoring away down here. He's very, very tired. Yes, he often has a nap in the afternoon, and then he feels a lot better after he's had one. Stinky, my friend, we've come to the end of story time, dear. What's that? Already? Yes, it does go rather quick, doesn't it? Well, Poppets, mums and dads, as I was just saying, we have come to the end of story time once again. Perhaps you could read a book about a very cute crab in a shell, or perhaps you could pretend to be a crab and go nipping and snipping all around the place, scuffling about. And as always, my dear ones, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.